Welcome back. Now what I'm going to do is that I'm going to work on deleting an employee. I'm going to start by teaching you how to delete employees. So let me open the project, and then in the project we need to create a file called delete.php, because here we are using a link called delete.php, and we pass the ID in order to know which employee to delete. Therefore here I'm going to create a new file, and then I'm going to name it delete.php. Now in this file, the first thing that we need to do is that we need to open the PHP script here, and then at the top we need to include the connection, the internet connection, the database connection. Therefore we need to say include, and then what we want to include is that we want to include the config. I'm going to say config.php. Now below this config we need to check whether the ID exists or not, because remember, if you go back to the fetch.php, you'll find that in order to delete an employee we need an ID, because how could you delete an employee without knowing that employee that you want to delete? It's impossible. You need an ID or something, and of course knowing the ID is enough. So here in the delete.php I'm going to say if is set, and then get ID, get ID. If we have the ID, we can continue and delete the employee. So here I'm gonna open here the stack, and then I'm going to say query in order to delete. I'm gonna say query, and the query is gonna be equal to delete from table underscore employees, tbl underscore employees, and then what we want to delete is only one single ID. Therefore we need to say where ID is equal to the ID. So the ID is equal to dot, and then get ID, get ID, and we are done with this query. We need now we need to execute this query. So now we have this query, we need to execute it using the mysqli underscore query. We need to pass the connection first, con, and then comma, and then the query. We need to pass the query, and then we need to store a message or deliver a message to confirm that, to tell to tell the user that the employee has been deleted, and that can be done using the sessions. So I'm going to say here session underscore start, and then I'm going to add something to the session. I'm going to add a message to the session. I'm going to say session message is equal to, and then the message that we want to type. So the message is going to be a div. I'm going to say here div, and then inside this div we need to first give it a style. I'm going to say style, and the style is going to be equal to background. The background is going to be the background here, by the way, I should add it in a single quote, and here single quote. Background green, or let's say red, because here deleting, and the color is white. We also need some padding, so I'm going to say padding 10 px, and text align center, text align center, and we are done. Now we need to type the message itself. So the message inside this div, we need to say employee has been deleted successfully. And finally, we need to redirect. So we need to redirect to the home page. So I'm going to say here what I'm going to say is that I'm going to say header and then location index .php. Now we need to display the message in the index. So in the index we need here to display the message. Here I'm gonna say PHP and then echo session message. However, we need to do two things before that. Before that, we need to start the session. So we need to say above this, we need to say session start, and then after it, we need to remove the message from the session because we need the message to be displayed only once. So we need here to say onset, and then we pass the session message. This if you do this, the session message will be displayed only once. Each time an employee is deleted, this message will be displayed and then it will disappear. Let me show you what's going to happen now. Let me refresh. Let me delete an employee. First of all, we have here an error. It says undefined index message. So we need, before we test, we need to say here if session is set session message. If we have this message, and then I'm going to add this in inside the if statement. So these must go inside the statement. Now let me refresh one more time, and the error is gone. Let me now search. Let me now delete an employee. So for example, if you delete the first employee, let me click on delete, and as you can see, it has been deleted, and this message will be displayed. Employee has been deleted successfully. Now if you refresh, the message will be gone. So the message should be gone, and if it doesn't go away, then if it doesn't disappear, then you need to here say session and then onset message. I forgot to say message here. Let me refresh one more time, and let me delete an employee, for example this one, and then I'm going to refresh, and as you can see, the message has been deleted.